the last 13 days, every day we added one thing to our spiritual arsenal. Hopefully you're actually really doing it and you're not just sitting here and taking notes. There is one big thing that most people don't do. It's a halakha. It's one of the most powerful and important things that we should do, and most people don't do it. I mentioned that in the previous class, and this is called Shnai Mikra Echad Targum. That we have a mitzvah on Erev Shabbat to read twice the entire parasha and one time the translation. Shnai Mikra means twice the Mikra, the actual text, Echad Targum, one translation. So you read the entire parasha twice and the translation of Onkelos. This should take you about an hour and a half. If you do it fast and if it's not such a long parasha. But, first of all, maybe we should make a class of the commentary of great sages in the last 2,000 years, what they have to say about Shnai Mikra and Echad Targum, the benefits you get, the reward, the effect to your soul and your body, how it boosts your neshama, and more and more and more. For now, just take my word that it's one of the most powerful things to do before Shabbat. Some people even do it again during Shabbat. And it's important that you go through the entire text. Now, to do it every Friday, is it possible? If you're single, you don't have kids, you have tons of money, no worries, and everything is great, you can do it. You have a wife, kids, and a lot of pressure coming from different directions, it's pretty hard to find about an hour to sit down and to read the whole parasha twice, and the translation, especially the translation if you're not so fluent in the text, and you start breaking your teeth with the translation of Onkelos. And it's not really, it's kind of Aramaic, it's a different type of Aramaic. There are many types of Aramaics. You know, the Aramaic of the Talmud is not the same Aramaic of the Zohar. They're more or less the same. It's a little bit different. It's like in Arabic, there's many types of, in Hebrew you call it nivim, styles. It's like in Chinese, there's many styles of the Chinese language. Same thing with Aramaic. So Onkelos is a little bit different. But nevertheless, if you can do it before Shabbat, tavo lechem habracha. You're going to get a blessing that you're not going to be... you're going to be shocked with the type of blessing you're going to get from that. But since it's not so easy to do that, you want to strive to do that, of course, then you can do it throughout the week. And every day you read the portion of the parasha of the same aliyah. If Sunday, first aliyah, Monday, second aliyah, Tuesday, third aliyah, and you break it out throughout the week. Now there's two ways of doing it. Either you do one mikra, reading one part of the parasha on Sunday and the translation, Monday for the second aliyah, and then Shabbat, while we read the Torah, you read with the Baal Koreh, but whispering not to disturb, and then you completed one throughout the week and one throughout the Kriyah of the Torah, plus the translation, and you covered it. That's the easy way to do it when you don't have to spend too much time. So the ultimate way is to sit before Shabbat, you read it, and really, I don't want to say I exaggerated an hour and a half. Maybe if you read very slow and it's a very long parasha, it will take you some time. But if not, then it's not so much. Again, depending on the pace of the reader. So like I told you again, the best is to read it before Shabbat, Erev Shabbat. If you can't, start breaking it throughout the week. Now, if you think you cannot read throughout Shabbat with the Baal Koreh, besides that, this is, I'm telling you as a side note, on Shabbat, when we're reading the Torah, it's actually important that you not only follow the text with your eyes, is that you whisper the words yourself too, because then you become one with the Baal Koreh. You get more united with the Kriyah of the Torah, it affects you much more. There's a reason why we read the Torah every Shabbat. Could have been that we read it every Sunday, by the way, or every Monday or every Tuesday. So there's a reason why we read on Shabbat. Many ask why we read on Monday and Thursday, because Monday is when Moshe went up to the mountain, Thursday is when he came down from the mountain. And backwards and forth was a Monday and Thursday. Monday, Thursday, the last time that he came down from the mountain was a Shabbat and a Yom Kippur. So, but nevertheless, there are many reasons why we read on Monday and Thursday. There's the more mystical part, the pshat here. The olden days, they didn't have so much opportunity to hear the Torah every day and not always to get it on Shabbat, so they would read portions of it on Monday and Thursday. But the fact is that hearing the Torah at any given moment, whenever you can, is affecting your neshama. It's like the medicine to your soul is to hear the Torah. And on Shabbat especially, listening, it's you might not feel it, but it's literally the best therapy for your soul in all aspects of it: health, serenity, menuchat hanefesh, calmness, peace, everything. So on Shabbat, not only that you want to listen, you want to follow the words on a chumash and even say them very quietly, not to disturb, of course. So just to summarize what we want to add, if you can add Shnai Mikra Echad Targum prior to Shabbat, you will be blessed tremendously. You can't do the whole thing, do half. You can't do half, do 3 aliyot. Whatever you can. You do 20 minutes of Shnai Mikra Echad Targum. Whatever you can do on Friday, even if you need to shmir it over the Shabbat. So you do 20 minutes before Shabbat, 20 minutes on Friday, 20 minutes Shabbat morning, 20 minutes Shabbat afternoon. Just get it done through the Shabbat. But the best is before Shabbat. You cannot do that, break it down throughout the week. And you should break it down throughout the week regardless, in case you don't make it on Shabbat. So you already have to take yourself a habit that Sunday, you read the Aliyah of Sunday, including the Targum. It's Monday, so forth, Tuesday, and again. And worst case, you weren't able to do it on Friday, you read with the Baal Koreh on Shabbat. And the point is, you try to get it however way you can, that by the end of Shabbat, you read the parasha twice and the translation. That's the bottom line. How you deliver it, highest priority Friday, less priority throughout the Shabbat, less priority every day of the week, and no priority not doing it at all. But don't miss out and don't do that. Besides the fact, do that in a very serious way. I guarantee to you, within 3-4 years, you'll know the Torah much better. You know that most people don't know nothing in the Torah. They come 3 times a day to pray. They learn in classes. Ask them a question or the order of the parashot. Do you know the order of all parashot? Not to chas v'shalom put anybody on the spot. How can you know the basic of the basics? Do you know the 10 commandments off by heart? Basic things. Every Friday night, that's what we do with my kids. I test them on basic things. Why? Because you are a God-fearing Jew. You don't know basic things? Whose father, son, a little bit of history of the Torah, order of what was going on, a little bit of years, a little bit of history, the basic things, the 10 commandments, how many curses are in the Torah, how many parashot are in the Torah, which parashot are the ones that are attached, I mean the minimum of the minimum. So you read the Torah every day, you make the Torah part of your life, exactly like what we learned yesterday in the Zohar. You have to litchaber the Torah, to become one. Kalev, when he went to Hebron, why specifically Hebron? Why didn't he go to Yerushalayim? Why didn't he go to Shiloh? Why didn't he go to any other city? Because Hebron comes to signify the chibur, the unity with the Torah, with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. You get connected to the Torah, then you're obviously connected to Hashem. If you're not connected to the Torah, how are you going to be connected to Hashem? So we have to make the Torah part of us. And when you read the parasha throughout the week, twice minimum, should be even much more, but minimum, then, now I'll ask you, what's the parasha today? Oh, of course, it's Balak. What is it talking about? No, the whole thing with Balak and Bilam. What else does it say in the parasha? Any other events that happen? I didn't get really to that part yet, but, so last week we read Chukat. For the diaspora, it's still Chukat. You ask an average person, what was going on in Chukat? Oh, of course, the red heifer. But you know many other things happened there? The death of Miriam, and the hitting of the rock, and the wars, and so many other things. And the whole thing with the snake But you need to have a little bit minimum of something with the Torah. You can't be caught off guard. Somebody will now come and ask you, especially a Christian missionary will ask you a question. They know it better than us. How embarrassing that is. So do yourself a favor and do a lot of nacha to the Kadosh Baruch Hu, give him a lot of happiness, and be part of the Torah. Make the Torah part of you. And I would suggest to you to do not only the Shtay Mikra Echad Targum, do it every day. That you know every day what's going on in the parasha. That you kind of, what's going on, it's connected. What can I learn from that? You don't have to now sit 5 hours every day and learn Torah. I mean, I would highly recommend. But at least the minimum of the minimum. So try to do it today. It's still very early. We're accepting Shabbat an hour and a half earlier today as we did before. And prepare the right way. Take the auspicious moment in the right measure. B'ezrat Hashem, we're all going to have a beautiful, amazing Shabbat, restful Shabbat, and from here we go from Chayil to Chayil, from strength to strength.